Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. I'm doing an advanced Dungeons and Dragons advice video on player character motivation. Before I get into this, though, if you enjoy my content, it would really help me out if you could hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, share my content on all of your social media platforms, and post a comment or two. Remember, I welcome your comments even if you disagree with me. And check me out over on Rumble for my political commentary and weekly current events. If you enjoy a good book, check out my author page on Amazon.com. My pen name is H.L. Anderson. You can find all of my books there, including the tabletop role-playing game Outlaw Trails. Yeah, it's a fun game. It's very basic, very simple, designed so that a beginning game master will be able to run it easily. It's fast moving. It's just a fun time for the whole family. Get family and friends together to play. It's set in the Old West. It's cattle drives, outlaws, bandits. You know, it's the Old West. Have a blast. Who doesn't like a good Western, right? All right. Player character motivation. One of the most infuriating things any player has ever said to me is, my character has no reason to stick around with this group, or some variation thereof. In my opinion, this tells me this player is trying to be difficult, has no real interest in playing, and will not be happy with anything they experience in your game. Players like this can be just ridiculous. I had one player tell me this as a group was setting up defenses for a village being threatened by bandits. The player character in question was a paladin who said, I have no reason to be here. He was a paladin helping a village defend against bandits. Yeah. This player would not listen to reason. She would not get involved. I finally just asked her, okay, what is your character going to do? When she pondered that, I went on with the other players. When I got back to her, she said, I guess I'm riding out. I said, okay, and went on with the other players. I don't have time for stupid shit like that, and I have a duty to the other players. The best thing you can do to avoid this is to make sure every player character has a link or some kind of a tie to at least one other player character. Make them relatives or friends. Let one player character owe the other player character a sum of gold. Let them all get hired to perform a mission. Something. This works for any character in any tabletop role-playing game. Another option is to use the character class to justify their participation. For example, the paladin helping a defenseless village. A cavalier will be honor-bound if their lord ordered them to do it. A paladin is duty-bound to not let evil prevail. A cleric is duty-bound as well. Conversely, evil paladins and clerics are duty-bound to obstruct good at every turn. Sometimes you may need to have a villain threaten something a player character holds dear. Maybe a powerful wizard is threatening the library of the player character wizard's home guild. Maybe an evil overlord is threatening to send his secret police after the player character thief's guild. Maybe the villain murders the player character fighter's teacher, patron, lord, relative, whatever. That one's kind of overdone, but it's still usable. Maybe the villain is threatening the group's hometown or village. That would prompt just about all of the characters to get involved unless they weren't happy there. You always have those weirdos, right? Maybe some great important artifact was stolen that, needs to be recovered. These are just some ideas I had off the top of my head. There are no doubt hundreds more. The main gist is to make sure the player characters have a reason to band together and undertake the task at hand. If one or more players feel their characters have no reason to go along with the group, they will resent you as the dungeon master for not supplying that reason. And to some extent, they're correct. As the dungeon master, it is your job to set up the game. Part of that is motivating the player characters. If you haven't given them a reason to do something, chances are they're going to find something else to do. And it won't be what you've planned. I guarantee it. It never is. So yeah, find a way to link the player characters together. Give them a shared motivation to do something. That's the best way to go about that. Sometimes it's not easy, but it does need to be done. Anybody else has any other information, any other ideas? Maybe they disagree with me. Put that in the comments. I'm not perfect. I don't know everything. Hope this finds everybody well. You folks have a good one. God bless one and all.